Chapter 2 of The Art of Laziness goes deeper into the idea introduced in Chapter 1. Laziness can actually be useful if it is used intelligently. The author explains that the real problem in modern life is not laziness, but misdirected effort. Many people work very hard but still feel tired, stressed, and unfulfilled. This happens because they spend their energy on unimportant tasks instead of focusing on what truly matters. This chapter teaches readers how to use laziness as a strategy to avoid unnecessary work and focus only on meaningful activities. 1. Understanding productive laziness. The main idea of Chapter 2 is the concept of productive laziness. Productive laziness does not mean doing nothing all day. Instead, it means avoiding useless work, reducing unnecessary effort, simplifying tasks, using smarter methods. A productive lazy person always asks questions like, is this task really necessary? Can this be done faster? Is there an easier way to achieve the same result? By thinking this way, people can save time and energy. 2. Why people stay busy with unimportant work. The author explains that many people fill their day with tasks that do not truly matter. Examples include checking emails every few minutes, attending unnecessary meetings, doing repetitive tasks manually, trying to appear busy instead of being productive. People often do these things because they believe being busy equals being successful. But this is a mistake. The author explains that true productivity comes from focusing on important results, not from constant activity. 3. The fear of doing nothing. Another idea discussed in the chapter is that many people are afraid of doing nothing. When people sit quietly or relax, they often feel guilty. They think they are wasting time. But the author explains that doing nothing can actually be valuable. When the brain gets time to relax, it processes information. It develops new ideas. It solves problems subconsciously. Many great thinkers and creators intentionally spend time doing nothing to allow their minds to think freely. 4. Laziness as a tool for simplification. The chapter explains that lazy people often try to simplify complicated tasks. Instead of doing everything the hard way, they look for shortcuts, automation, better systems. For example, a lazy worker who dislikes repetitive tasks might create a simple tool or method that finishes the work faster. Over time, these improvements can save hundreds of hours. The author suggests that this kind of thinking leads to innovation and progress. 5. Energy is a limited resource. One of the most important lessons in Chapter 2 is that human energy is limited. Every day, people have a certain amount of mental energy, physical energy, emotional energy. If someone spends this energy on small, unimportant tasks, they will have nothing left for important goals. Productive laziness helps people protect their energy. Instead of doing everything, they focus on what truly matters. 6. Eliminating unnecessary work. The author suggests that the first step toward productive laziness is elimination. Before starting a task, ask, is this really necessary? What will happen if I don't do it? Often people discover that many tasks do not need to be done at all. By removing unnecessary tasks, life becomes simpler, less stressful, more productive. This idea is similar to minimalism in work. 7. The power of prioritization. Another key concept in this chapter is prioritization. Not all tasks are equally important. Some tasks produce major results, while others produce very little impact. The author explains that successful people focus on high-impact activities. Instead of trying to complete everything, they identify the most important tasks. the tasks that create the biggest results. Then they focus their energy on those tasks first. 8. The role of technology in lazy efficiency. The chapter also talks about how technology helps lazy thinkers. Many modern tools exist because people wanted to reduce effort. Examples include computers that automate calculations, washing machines that replace manual washing, smartphones that simplify communication. These inventions were created because people wanted to make life easier. The author suggests that people should use technology wisely to reduce unnecessary effort. 9. Avoiding burnout. Another problem discussed in this chapter is burnout. Burnout happens when people work too hard for too long without enough rest. Symptoms of burnout include constant fatigue, lack of motivation, stress and anxiety, reduced productivity. Productive laziness helps prevent burnout by encouraging people to take breaks, rest properly, avoid overworking. When people maintain balance, they can stay productive for many years. 10. Learning to say no. One of the most practical lessons in Chapter 2 is learning to say no. Many people accept every request or responsibility. They say yes to extra work, social obligations, unnecessary tasks. As a result, they become overwhelmed. Productive laziness teaches people to protect their time. Saying no to unimportant things allows them to say yes to what truly matters. 11. Slow thinking and better decisions. The chapter also explains that rushing through tasks can lead to mistakes and poor decisions. When people slow down and think carefully, they make better choices. They avoid unnecessary work. They find smarter solutions. Lazy thinking often encourages reflection instead of reaction. This leads to more effective outcomes. 12. Quality over quantity. Another idea emphasized in Chapter 2 is focusing on quality rather than quantity. Many people believe success comes from doing more tasks. But the author explains that doing fewer tasks with higher quality is much more valuable. For example, writing one excellent article can be more powerful than writing 10 average ones. Working intelligently allows people to produce better results with less effort. 13. Creating a relaxed mindset. The author also explains that productive laziness encourages a calm and relaxed mindset. When people stop rushing and overworking, they begin to think more clearly, enjoy life more, feel less stress. A relaxed mind is often more creative and productive. This mindset helps people achieve long-term success without sacrificing their health. 14. Laziness and life balance. The chapter ends by discussing the importance of balance in life. Life should not be only about work. People also need time for family, friends, rest, hobbies, personal growth. Productive laziness helps people create space for these important aspects of life. Instead of constantly chasing productivity, they learn to live more intentionally. Conclusion of Chapter 2. Chapter 2 of The Art of Laziness teaches readers that laziness can become a powerful strategy when used wisely. The chapter encourages people to stop wasting energy on unimportant tasks and instead focus on meaningful work. Key lessons from this chapter include: laziness can help simplify life. Being busy does not always mean being productive. Energy is limited and should be used wisely. Eliminating unnecessary tasks increases efficiency. Rest and balance are essential for long-term success. By practicing productive laziness, people can achieve more while working less and living a more balanced and enjoyable life.